Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in, welcome in. This is your weekend sales update. Not a very exciting weekend, but we'll rattle through these sales rather quickly. 14 sales between Friday, Saturday, Sunday on this January and now into February. So let's get on through these. Friday was completely carried by the baseball collection buyout. First up, George Foster, National League MVP, 1977 baseball with a certificate of authenticity, sold for $31, headed to Miami, Florida. Next, Jim Rice, MVP, 1978, signed baseball with another certificate of authenticity, sold for $36, headed to San Antonio, Texas. Third baseball, Ron Guidry, signed baseball with the certificate, sold for $30. That's headed to Monroe, North Carolina. Those were all eBay sales. However, there were 3 Dibdit card sales. Yes, I cross-list everything over to Dibdit and Dibdit cards. And Dibdit cards, I had 3 $4 sales of just little bundles of cards. Oh, what do we got here? 1983 Mets cards, 1994 Mets cards, and Tom Seaver, Tom Terrific cards. So that's $12 in cards right there, going to one buyer in Clifton, Pennsylvania. That wraps on Friday. Now, let's get to Saturday. Saturday, this is a baseball item, but not from the baseball collection. This is a Fruit of the Loom Chicago Cubs 2016 World Champions t-shirt. Size large. I have kind of learned that unless it's vintage, fan shop clothing doesn't really sell. I bought that for $1. It sold for $4. So not a good purchase. And it's going to, of course, Chicago, Illinois. Then our last and final baseball item of the weekend, Milt Pappas. Oh man, I can't barely read what he wrote underneath it, but it has the certificate as well. That sold for $42, going to Island Lake, Illinois. And our final of only 3 sales on Saturday was The Nightmare Before Christmas VHS. It's not sealed, but it does have all the papers and it is in great condition. Even that being said, I purchased that for $1 and it sold for only $4, so another not great purchase, going to Gulfport, Mississippi. Then we get to Sunday. Sunday, look at this beautiful thing. Got that for $0.25. It sold for a whopping $2 and it's headed to Wilnar, Minnesota. Silver jeans. Now, if you watched my tips videos I put out a couple weeks ago, we talked about these women's silver jeans and the fact that I neglected to look in the pocket. Massive hole in the pocket. I said, who on earth is going to want these? I listed them just, maybe somebody out there wants to stitch them together. I don't know. Maybe I can get my money back, and I did. I paid 75 cents for these. They sold for a couple bucks, and they're going to Porterfield, Wisconsin. Those jeans are. Somebody will do some work to them. Banana Republic, a brand that does not do very well, but I got this on Dibdit.com from the #1 clothing seller on there, Jack's Clothing. Got that for $1 on a live auction. It sold for $7 and is going to Cameron, North Carolina. Speaking of purchases from Dibdit, I got this from Poker Dude, #1 seller over there on Dibdit right now. I got that for $1. It sold for $6. Just a nice pink little tumbler. And last but not least, Lauren Conrad floral pattern jeans. Look at the flowers embroidered on those jeans. Got these jeans for $1. They sold for $10, going to my favorite town name, Cinnamon Sun, New Jersey. What was your favorite item I sold? It was a bunch of low dollar stuff and some baseballs.